Islam, peace, peace. Greetings to you all. Sheik Way L, a.k.a. Lord Abba, a.k.a. Mr. Just the Facts. This is for Brother Reggie and Dr. Issa in regards to the recent lecture that these two brothers just did. It was uploaded to Sonetta Black News 102 channel, I believe. And it's about the issue of Dred Scott. One of the acts of European psychology, besides making us believe that we're actually black people when we're not, is this false notion that we are not citizens. They cite Dred Scott, and they claim that the Dred Scott decision is their proof. Now, the problem with this is the decision of Justice Taney in Scott versus Sanford was called judicial dicta. Anybody that knows any court jargon or lingo, if you will, knows that dicta is merely an opinion. Judicial dicta or judge's dicta is merely his opinion of a thing, and it may not necessarily derive from any laws. The Supreme Court's job is to interpret the constitutionality of the laws of the United States of America. If you go back and read the case of Dred Scott, particularly from the level of the Supreme Court, now, I urge you to read the whole thing, but particularly from that standpoint, from that basis, you'll see that Justice Taney did not base his dicta, his opinion, on anything that was derived from the laws of the United States of America. Our people were citizens in this nation from day one. Many people ask, well, how did we become citizens, or what laws made us citizen? The law of the elective franchise, aka suffrage, i.e. the right to vote. At the adoption of the Articles of Confederation, in at least 5 states, our people cast votes for their representatives, who then went and signed these Articles of Confederation. This made us citizens. If we're looking at our people as a monolithic people, which we are, this made us citizens. The second thing to note is that Justice Taney was a racist. He was a bigot. He represented the interests of slaveholders in the South, especially the interests of slaveholders anywhere they could be found. The 6 other Supreme Court justices, look into them. These people were also slaveholders. They also supported Southern slaveholding rights, if you will, the position of Southern slaveholders. They supported states' rights, although they sat upon the bench of the Supreme Court of the United States of America. Justice Curtis and Justice McLean, in their dissent, they stripped the arguments of Chief Taney Justice, stripped them. In fact, Justice Curtis resigned from the Supreme Court. Now, you know that that's a life term. You know, that's a paycheck for life. All you have to do is sit there and interpret the cases that come across your desk every so often. He quit because of the egregious ruling given by Justice Taney and the other justices who agreed with him. But this was false. We had always been citizens. And it wasn't until Dred Scott came that the citizenship issue got muddied. The Civil Rights Act of 1866 overturned Dred Scott. The 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment overturned Dred Scott because you cannot legislate from the bench. It's not the duty of the justices to legislate. The duty of the justices is to interpret what is law, or in the job description of the Supreme Court justices, to determine what is constitutional law. Now, this is vital. This is very vital. But my thing is, if I show this information to Reggie, who has proven in the past to ignore fact-based information, would he correct himself? Would he go on record to say, I don't know the brother Dr. Issa, but he touts himself as a scholar. I've had some interaction with him on Facebook in my inbox. But I know Reggie. We've had discussions, and I know that at times the brother can be dishonest because he has a base to cater to. And if his base agrees with him, because this has been a long-held notion, meaning it's not right and exact, then he's going to carry that on because he has a point to prove, particularly if it goes against anything somebody wearing one of these says, no matter if it's right or wrong. He's going to push the narrative. And so I challenge Brother Reggie and Dr. Issa. I challenge them. Challenge them to dig deeper into the research, because a lot of this research is not well known, neither is it well established. But simple research will show in the congressional records, for instance, arguments about the citizenship status of the quote-unquote Negro. There was a congressman who stated, forget his name at the time or the year of this particular debate, but they were cooking, they just straight cooking the Southern slaveholders that were trying to make these arguments that we were not citizens and we had no rights. But he said the Negro has basically been a citizen since day one, a citizen with disabilities, because in certain states where our people were free, we had certain states where they were enslaved and they were disenfranchised due to the state's laws, not federal laws. So we were citizens of this nation from day one. I am calling out an open dialogue with Brother Reggie and Dr. Issa for the purpose of expanding the education on this matter. You know, this matter needs to be addressed, and it needs to be properly dissected and put under the microscope if we are the scholars that we claim to be. Some of us are just pretending like we want to know the truth, but at the end of the day, we're trying to just push some black power ideal that's basically based on pseudo-history or revisionist history because it fits our own ideals and it caters to a base of people that just have no other plan other than to just be a bunch of haters and complainers. We can no longer go on with these things, and it kind of disturbs me to see brothers, you know, not versed in this simple information. So with that, you know, Brother Reggie and Dr. Issa, I'm calling you out to an open dialogue on this issue. If you would like further research, reach out to me. You know how to find me, Lord Abba, Sheik Way L on Facebook. I mean, let's build. Or we can have a discussion live on Sinetter TV. You can bring all of your facts. I'll bring all of my facts, and we'll see which information, passes the litmus test. And then hopefully you brothers will be able to correct yourselves, because this idea that we were not citizens because of Dred Scott and because, these false revisionist history, we were slaves here for 400 years. These things are not true. It's time to end this form of information. It's taking us backwards. We are becoming smart dummies, and that's it. And so with that, I say peace.